Welcome to your workout. I'm Coach Ronnie. Let's get right into it. So we're going to start with a quick warm up to get our muscles and our body ready for the workout. What you're going to do is just stand. You're going to lift your knee out and forward, out and forward. We want to loosen up those hips and get them ready for our workout. Making sure you warm up before your workouts is a huge part of not only being able to stick with it, but not hurting yourself in the process. All right, so make sure you do not skip this part. Then go nice and wide, and then you're just going to kind of bring your knee out and do a semi-squat side to side. Again, still warming up our hips here, getting our body ready for our workout. Good, one more on each side. All right, then we're gonna do some zombie kicks. So you're just going to kick up towards your opposite hand. Now we're getting our hamstrings and our low back warmed up and just starting to do things to get our body a little bit more warm. Your heart rate might start to come up a little bit. That's a good thing. Good, all right, and then butt kicks. We want to warm up our quads here. Good. Okay, last one. Then we're going to do some arm circles, allowing your arms to go backwards, loosening up those shoulders and your neck. And again, getting ready. We're almost there. Good, okay, last one. You're just gonna take a big step back and then reach your arms up. And as you're doing that, you're pushing your hips forward. Switch sides, step back, reach up. Feeling it all the way from your hips up your back. Almost ready. And as we finish up our last warm-up exercise, I just want you to take a second to be proud of yourself for making the time to show up for you. Because as corny as it is, showing up really is the hardest part. And this is all it takes. All right, guys, so for the workout, we are going to do a circuit. So what you're gonna do is we have 7 exercises. We're going to do 1 at a time. All right, you're gonna rest, and then you're going to repeat each of the 7 exercises 2 to 3 more times, however much time you have, okay? But the first set is the most important. So as long as you get the first set in, know that that is better than nothing. All right, we're gonna start with a little bit of core. So what we're gonna do is mountain climbers. You're gonna come down into a push-up position here, all right? So engage, pull your belly button in towards your spine, keep your bum down, and then you're just gonna drive your knee up towards your elbow. All right, we're not going super fast here because we wanna make sure our core is engaged. And you're going to do about 10 to 20. Get as many as you can until it starts burning, and then do a few more. And at any time in this workout, if you need to pause it, you need to catch your breath, that's totally okay, right? This is your workout. Don't worry about what I'm doing or what anybody else might be doing. Focus on you. All right, next we're gonna do squats. You want your feet to be about shoulder width apart or hip width apart and maybe a little bit wider. Toes slightly angled out. And then what you're gonna do is just sit your bum back into it, okay? So sit that bum back and squat down as low as you can. I want you to do about 10 to 12 here. And the key with these is really make sure that your knees are following your toes. Okay, so our toes are slightly pointed out, which means you want to slightly point out your knees as well. Good. All right, again, go until it burns and then do those 2 more. Then we're gonna do push-ups. And before you freak out, we're gonna start with incline push-ups. So you're gonna find a table, bench, anything you have that is an elevated surface. Place your hands on the surface. Walk your toes back so that you have a nice straight line from your head all the way down to your feet. If your feet are too close, see how I'm bent here? Okay, so you want a nice straight line. And then you're gonna lower, bring your chest towards whatever your hands are on, and just back up, keeping your core engaged. One thing with your push-ups is you want to keep your elbows in at about a 45-degree angle. Okay, not out to the side here, 45 degrees, and just stay here. And again, you want to do 10 to 12. If you can, right, go until it burns, and then do 2 more. Those 2 more, that is what changes your body, right? If it's easy, then it's not going to change. All right, next up, we're going to come down onto the floor, and we're going to do glute bridges. So, lying on your back, feet bent, heels on the ground, nice and close to your bum, but not too close that it's causing pressure on your knees. All right, then you're going to push through your heel, squeeze your bum, and back down. Squeeze and back down. And these ones, same thing, about 10 to 12. You might be able to do more of these, so you might even do 15. But again, just go until it burns. And every rep, push through your heels and make sure you're squeezing those butt cheeks. All right, I know it's weird, but the more you focus on the muscles that you're working and the more you really activate and choose to squeeze your bum, the more you're gonna get out of this one. Good, all right, now lift your head slowly when you're done. Anytime you're doing a exercise on the ground, especially a lower body exercise, all of the blood is in the lower half of your body. So you wanna take your time getting up so the blood can come back into your head, all right? Next up, we're gonna grab 2 weights, all right? We're gonna do a bent over row. So what you're gonna do, roll your shoulders back, okay? Engage your core. You're gonna lean forward and stick your bum back behind you. And notice I have a nice flat line in my back, all right? You wanna bend forward pretty much parallel to the ground. And again, bum out, shoulders back, chest up. We wanna refrain from rounding here. Okay, so butt out to chest up. And then you're just going to drive your elbows behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and bring the weight towards your rib cage. And same with this one, we want to do about 10 to 12. Really make sure that you're squeezing your shoulder blades together behind you. And feeling the burn. Good. All right, guys, we only have 2 more exercises. So you're gonna put those down, and then we're gonna do some reverse lunges. So reverse lunges, start with your feet together, and then you're gonna step one leg back, bending both knees, and come all the way up. So come down and up. Now when you're doing a lunge, the leg that you're working is the front leg. All right, so as you stand, you wanna make sure that you're pushing into the heel and the balls of your feet of that front leg. All right, now you wanna try to get 10 to 12 of these, but honestly, just do whatever you can and work your way up to being able to do 10 or 12. All right, and then whenever you're done that, you're gonna go over to the other side. Now, another important thing with our lunges is you do wanna make sure that your knees and toes are all pointing in a straight line, okay? So you don't wanna have your toes pointing to the side, your knee going forward, your knee forward, toes to the side. Okay, your knees and toes should all be pointing straight in front of you here. And remember, it's supposed to burn. It's not supposed to be easy. The beautiful thing is the more you show up for yourself, the easier it's going to get because you are getting stronger. All right, so push through that uncomfortable piece and just tell yourself, I can do hard things. I am strong, I am powerful. I am capable of amazing things. All right, last exercise. You're gonna come down onto the floor and we're gonna do Supermans. So you're gonna lie down, legs and arms stretched out. Then what you're gonna do is you're going to lift your feet and your legs and your upper body. So this one works our hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and upper back. So you're gonna come up and squeeze and back down. Up and squeeze and back down. And same thing here. We wanna try to get 10 to 12 reps in. Squeeze and down. And again, I know it's hard. I know you're coming to the end of it, but just remember, I can do hard things. I am strong, I am powerful, and I am capable of hard things. I can handle whatever life throws at me. And keep going. Allow yourself to finish strong here. All right, whenever you are done, 10 to 12 there, what you're gonna do is rest for about a minute or two, and then when you're ready, repeat. And then, if you have the time, repeat it for a total of 3 times, and then when you're done that, go drink some water and feel damn proud of yourself because you showed up for you.